Welcome back, Jill.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Genevieve, you have a new friend you brought into class. Could you
That's
introduce
right. I would like to present Kelly and Troy, my friends also in Washington State with you. And Marguerite, we haven't met yet.
and
Margaret's
Margaret?
my
Hi.
Margaret's
Nice to
my
meet
friend.
you. Hi.
Wonderful. Welcome, Margaret.
Genevieve, I remember from your email, I think you were speaking of Margaret, that she's interested in Tai Chi. Is
That
that
was me.
that was Susan?
Yeah, that's my friend Margaret, who's
Oh,
interested in Tai Chi. Yeah.
okay. Sorry, guys. So it was Susan's email talking about Margaret. So, Margaret, you're interested in Tai Chi, is that right?
Yeah,
Okay. What style are you looking at?
I have no further
No idea.
knowledge of all the styles. I just know Tai Chi is good for you.
Yes, it's excellent for you. Okay. Well, I think this morning what we'll do is we'll start with 15 or 20 minutes of stick work, just to warm the body up, and then maybe we'll do a little Tai Chi. Normally, we only do Tai Chi on the weekends,
I see.
but we can work on the very first move of the very first form, and I'll give you just a little background too. And guys, you're up in Washington, is that right?
Everybody on mute, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. So I'm up in Washington too. So I'm good on
Oh,
for Washington.
nice. We're in north central Washington, just on the edge of the Sinlahican Fire as a
Oh,
anchor point,
I was
unfortunately.
gonna ask you how is the situation for you, because
Yeah,
we have several friends over in eastern Washington, and it's been scary. They're okay,
agreed.
but it's been scary. So
Yeah,
anyway, but this morning we'll do a little Tai Chi and Qigong and forget about the world's troubles for a few minutes anyway.
that's right.
Okay, guys, let's. If you've got a stick, grab yourselves a stick. This is a professional stick, but you can use a broomstick. You can use anything. You can also do this just open-handed. You do not have to have a stick to do this. However, it's better if you've got a stick, right? If you don't have a stick, just pretend you have a stick. And the other side. Turn your palm up. Start your stick or your other hand down at the end of your long fingers and come up the inside of the arm. Circle the shoulder, turn the palm down, go down the outside of the arm. Turn the palm up, breathe in, circle the shoulder, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. This clears the energy channels of the arm. And good. And tap the shoulders. And the other side. Lee circles, front to back circles. And reverse. And shoe circles, side to side circles. And reverse. And ping circles. And reverse. All right, hold the stick up underneath your chin with your palms facing toward you. And then let go with your left hand and just let the stick drop down, all the way down to the base of the spine. All right, and then the left hand goes under the right hand, grabs the stick, Let go with the right hand, and then bring it back up under your chin. Grab it again. Release with the left. Release with the right. Release with the left. Release with the right. So you're making a big circle all the way from your chin down to the base of the spine.
Oh, okay.
This usually takes a couple of weeks to get. What it's not, guys, what it's not is this. All right? It's not a twirl. This is just a Qigong exercise for the whole trunk. Start under the chin. Hold it close to your body. Let go with the left. And just let your right hand drop all the way down. Now go under your right hand. Under your right hand. Here's your right hand. Go under your right hand. Grab it again and let go with your right hand and bring it back up. Guys, I suspect, watching some of you, I suspect we're running into a problem that everybody has. And that is, when you're watching a video, it changes your way of seeing somebody, right? Just relax. Right? You can't do this wrong. Just let go with your left. Drop with your right hand all the way down to the base of your spine. Go under your right hand. Grab the stick. Let go with your right hand. And with your left hand, bring it back up under your chin. Grab it again, let go with the left. Let go with the right. Let go with the left. Let go with the right. Left, right. Left, right. Now shift your weight, right, left, whole body. And reverse. All right. Okay, the next exercise is called poling the boat. And you've probably seen old Chinese lithographs of a gentleman on a really long, skinny boat going up and down the Yangtze River. And he's got no motor because this is long before that. He's got a long pole, and he sticks that pole into the mud and pushes the boat ahead. And then he goes on the other side and sticks it into the mud and pushes the boat ahead. That's what you're doing. and then block, all right? Block. So this is straight into using the stick as a martial arts tool, all right? Block, 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 right? The block comes all the way from the bottom of the foot and up. The bottom of the right foot and up to the left. The bottom of the left foot and up to the right. And now, kayaking, right? You've got to imagine you're in a kayak, right, on a beautiful lake up in upper Minnesota, right, where Jill is from. Right? So you're going to paddle the kayak. And a kayak paddle has a paddle on each end of the oar. Paddle, paddle, paddle. And reverse. Push the paddle. Push the paddle. Push. Push. And good. And good. Okay, you can put away your sticks. Okay, there are 5 major styles of Tai Chi in China. All right? The oldest of those is Chen style. That's the martial style. And then derivative of Chen style is Yang style, and Wu style, and Hao style, and Sun style. All right? They all started with Chen style. Although Tai Chi practitioners in the Wudang Mountains claim theirs is the oldest one, but either Wudang or Chen Village is the oldest style of Tai Chi. It was developed in the 1650s and 1660s by a retired Ming general. He was forced to retire when the dynasties changed, and he took everything he knew about the martial arts and developed Tai Chi from that. We're going to practice something called Huanyan Tai Chi, which is the Beijing frame of Chen style Tai Chi. So I'm going to demonstrate the first move first in old Chen style and then in Hunyan Chen style. All right? Here's the old first move. All Tai Chi forms begin with 3 circles. This is pure Qigong. You're gathering cosmic Qi, breathing it into the third eye, sinking it down through the body, right underneath the navel, and then just let it cook there for a moment. And gather again, 3 times. Sort of to combuberate yourself and relax. Here's the first move in old Chen style. Very simple, all right? It's a reverse Lee circle, just like the reverse Lee circles we did with the stick. Here's the same move in the style we're going to practice, the Beijing frame of Chen style. Same move. The difference between the two is in old Chen style, it's just 1 circle. All right? I'm going to stand at a little angle so you can see. All right? It's 1 circle backward and then relax down to the bottom of your feet. All right? In our style, it's going to be 3 circles. Backward, forward, and backward. Backward and push out, forward and pull down, backward and push down. Okay, why the difference? The difference between the two explains why Hunyan Tai Chi was invented. It gives you more practice, and specifically, it gives you practice in the foundation. That is in the Qigong, because this is all about Qigong. Not, I know I say, oh, it's Tai Chi. It is Tai Chi, but Qigong is the root of Tai Chi. Tai Chi is the flower of Qigong. That's the relationship between the two. It's just like a plant. You cannot separate them. All right? So that first move in old Chen style is perfectly good. There's nothing wrong with that. Boom. But it just gives you 1 little practice. Our style gives you a little more practice. Backward, forward, and backward. Now, most Tai Chi classes in the United States will call that good. And for the rest of the hour, we'll just work on the physical movement, what it is you're actually doing. And that's important. But that's not really Tai Chi. Tai Chi is about the inner Qigong. All right? It's called Negong, developing your inner stuff. You've heard the word Gong Fu, Kung Fu. Kung Fu is the Cantonese pronunciation of the Mandarin Gong Fu. Gong Fu means excellence of practice. All right? And you can have Gong Fu in anything. All right? If you're a good cook, then you've got Gong Fu in the kitchen. All right? If you're an excellent golfer, you've got Gong Fu on the course. To develop Gong Fu in Tai Chi, you've got to get into the inner energies. Right? So we're going to talk a little bit about that and practice those inner energies. This is kind of level one. It gets much more sophisticated than this, but you've got to start somewhere. So hold on just a second while I get an audio visual aid here. All right, so this is a wooden ball made for me by a good friend. All right, this is from a tree that fell down in his yard. All right, this is inside your body, and specifically, it's inside your body, right below the navel. It's called the Dan Qian. Two Chinese words, Dan Qian. Dan means a pill, like an aspirin. Qian means a field, like an agricultural field. So Dan Qian literally means pill field, right? But it's a piece of poetry. What it means is this is the field of internal self-transformation. When they talk about a pill, they're talking about an alchemical pill. So this goes way back in Chinese philosophy and thought. All right. I can remember when my master taught us this the very first day too, and all of us guys and girls, partly Caucasian, partly Chinese, and we all had the same question, including the Chinese guys. Is this real? Right? This Dan Chen thing, this Qi stuff, is that real or is it just poetry or what is it? And Master Zhang said, well, it's real, but you're not going to feel it right away because you just don't know what to look for. You're sort of, what is this? How do I feel this? What do I do with it? So you just have to take it on faith for a little while, like we all did. I'll tell you why we took it on faith. Master Zhang was 70 years old, and he could drop any of us young guys. This was 40 years ago. He could drop any of us like that. And we had no idea how he was doing it because he didn't use his muscles. He used something else. He used a lot of leverage, but he had something else, and the something else he had was his energy body. And he could project that in a way that was, it's not like what you see on YouTube where they're projecting their chi and, lighting paper on fire. That's bullshit. But it is real. And you can find it in yourself. And it's when you find it in yourself that you start to go, oh, that's what he's talking about. And you start to go, okay. And then Qigong and Tai Chi become about cultivating that. It's like gardening, only you're your own garden. So take it on faith from me. There really is an energy organ in the center of the body, right below the navel, called the Dan Qian. And it works like a sphere. And this sphere can turn in any direction you want it to. If you're not conscious of it, then it's just going to move naturally. And if you've had a tremendous amount of experience in sports or in dance, it may move absolutely perfectly. And you don't need to do Tai Chi and Qigong because you've got it through other means. But if you haven't done a huge amount of sports or dance or gymnastics, you probably don't have it. And so this is actually a very scientific way of approaching this and beginning to learn. And there are levels and levels and levels of this. And you can prove it to yourself as you go through level by level. So the movement I'm going to teach you this morning, right, is we'll just start with the reverse, right, the reverse circle. What it means is this center is circling. It's going to circle backward. It's going to circle like this, backward. And you go, well, how do I do that? Just imagine it. Just imagine you've got a ball here and you're going to circle it backward. All right? And we'll just start with some exercise. Circle this inner ball backward. I'm going to put a little piece of tape on my uniform here, right? Right below my navel. All right? Circle it backward. And your whole body, right? Your ankles are circling backward. Your knees are circling backward. Your hips are circling backward. Your shoulders, your elbows, your wrists, your spine, everything's circling backward. Or you could go forward. Huh? Just change the ball so it's circling forward. If you've had any experience in any of the more physical sports like wrestling or hockey or anything like that, you'll know that what makes the difference is whether you can recruit your whole body. You can't just move your arms and expect to get much action. You've got to have your whole body involved. So one of the reasons to pay attention to the Dan Qian is this is your center of gravity. If you've ever just floated on your back in a lake or a YMCA swimming pool, float on your back and just test it. And you'll find out that your center of gravity is roughly right below your navel. All right? So when you move from this center, it's going to naturally recruit your whole body. Every joint. You have 18 major joints. Every joint is circling. Right? And you may notice I'm coming up on the right leg. I'm dropping down on the left leg. Up on the right, down on the left. Circle. 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 Circle, right? And reverse, circle, circle. Now I'm coming up on the left and going down on the right. The whole body, everything. And good, boom. That's the basic idea. It's actually very simple. Every time you move in Tai Chi or Qigong, your whole body moves. Everything moves. If you had to stop and think about that, you'd go nuts. You can't stop and think, okay, I gotta move my knee, I gotta move my... So you don't do that. You take the shortcut. The shortcut is you move from the center. And as long as you're moving from the center, everything else will come with it. Right? Just relax. Right? We also did shoe circles when we had the stick, right? Same thing, only now I'm turning the ball sideways, like this. Or I could reverse. All right? So that's front to back, Lee circles, side to side, shoe circles, and then there are also level circles. Those are called ping circles. Ping means level in Chinese, right? So level, whole body. Right? You're going round and around your waist, just like you've got a hula hoop. for reverse. Okay, front to back circles are Li circles, Li. Side to side circles are Shu circles, XU. Level circles are Ping circles, right? With that little bit of knowledge, you've got the key to Tai Chi. Because Tai Chi is composed of circles and spirals. So if you know the 3 dimensions of space, X, Y, and Z axis, and you know they are Li, Shu, and Ping, you've got the key to looking at someone and analyzing what it is they're doing. So if I'm doing a move like this, okay, that's a move from the form we're going to learn, and it's much in the future. That's a fairly complex move. But if you think about it, it's a Shu circle followed by a Ping circle followed by another Ping circle back the other way, followed by a Li circle, all right? And then a double Ping circle, another Ping circle, another Li circle. So you've got the basic outline, and it's much easier to remember that sequence than just what did that guy just do. Let me show you the first 2 moves of the form, and then we'll just work on the first move. Actually, the first part of the first move. These are the first 2 moves. Okay, those are the first 2 moves. It'll take about 3 teaching sessions, so 3 weekends, to get those first 2 moves. And even then, you're just going to have the basic level of them. But you've got to start somewhere. So the first time you go through this form, all you need to do is grab the basic movement. You're not going to get the great depth with that. That takes a lot of practice. But you can grab something that we can then work on. So let's work on, in the next 12 minutes, let's work on this first move. All right? It's a reverse Li circle, push out, followed by a forward Li circle, and pull down. And then finishing with another reverse Li circle and press down. All right? If you were doing this for the martial arts, what's going on? All right? Some bad guy has come up to you on the road and he's trying to hijack you, right? So he's coming up and he's choking you around the neck. He's got you like this. What you do, one thing you can do, is you come up directly under his arms. You notice I'm not grabbing the guy. I'm just coming up under his arms, right ahead of his knobby elbow here, all right? Coming up under his arms with my wrist, and I'm going to pull him into me. All right? It's almost half of it is suggestion. You come up and you pull him in. Why? Because he's going to do exactly the opposite of what you tell him to do. He's the bad guy. He's trying to get you. His energy's coming in on you, right? The last thing he's going to expect you to do is to pull him in toward you. All right? So he will not be conscious of this. All this happens very quickly in the martial arts. It's going to happen like that. All right? But you're going to come up and you're going to pull him in just a little bit. And he's going to reverse his energy when you do that. Instead of coming into you, he's going to start to back up. And when he backs up, that's when you pop him. Pull him in, push him away. When you push him away, there's kind of three basic ways to do it. We're going to pick one way for this move. All right? One way is just to ball up your fists and punch him in the chest. All right? Second way, you're more friendly, right? You just push him with open palms. Third way, which is what we're going to do, is you pull him in and you poke him in the solar plexus with the tips of your fingers. Boom. Now, when we practice Tai Chi, we don't do Fa Jin. Fa Jin is a strike, like that. You don't do that because you're wasting energy. The whole point of doing Tai Chi is to feel like you've got more energy at the end than you started with at the beginning. So you don't want to be wasting energy. But it's like you do the first 99% and then you hold back that last 1%. So you practice. You practice coming up, and you can feel, with a little imagination and maybe a lot of push hands with partners, you can feel his energy here. You can feel that energy and draw him in. And then sink down and then push out, and you just stop. You don't actually deliver, but you just stop. Boom. Knowing what you're doing is called Xin Yi. Xin means your heart. Yi means your mind. In China, they don't think with their mind. They think with their heart mind. All right? So your Xin Yi is, what am I doing? What's my intention? If you know what you're doing, well, you can do it, and you don't have to focus real hard on it. You don't have to, power the guy, but you're just aware of it. Your chi will go where your mind goes. Your chi and your mind, I got a $50 here, all right? Your chi is one side of the $50. Your mind is the other side. They're the same thing. All right? Two manifestations of the same phenomenon. So where your mind goes, that's where your chi goes. If you're in the middle of practice and you start thinking about, I need to go plow the South 40, well, your chi just went out there. It's no longer here in your body. It's out in the future somewhere. So you stay in the present, stay with your intention, your Xin Yi, right? And then begin the long process, the years of training your energy body to do what it is you want it to do. I say train, but a lot of it has to do with just getting out of its way. Relax, relax. All right? Shake it out, relax. Boom. Tai Chi as a martial art is relaxed, 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 bam. Right? You stay relaxed until you're not relaxed. A way to think about Qi as we do this is it's the momentum you feel in your body. Can you feel this momentum? That's your chi. All right, we've only got 5 minutes. Maybe we'll cheat and do 5 more minutes, right? The first part is you're lifting. Right? You're lifting. How do you lift? There's only 2 ways you can lift. One, you're going to lift from your shoulders, in which case you're going to end up with ripped shoulders. You're going to hurt yourself, particularly if it's a big guy, right? The other way to lift is to expand from the center. This is just expanding in every direction from the center. It's expanding outward. That's what's lifting my arms. Expansion. All right. Now I'm going to draw back in. It's like I've got a huge beach ball here, and I'm just going to roll that beach ball back toward my body. Expand, roll backward. And now I'm going to sink down to the bottom of my feet and reroot myself in the ground. So when I push, what's really pushing is the bottom of my feet. Each of those directions has a name. Pung, Lu, On, Chi. Every circle has 4 sides. Right? Pung, Lu, On, Chi. Pung, Lu, On, Chi. Right? Each of those 4 energies is created by the center. So you have to learn that over time, right? It takes a little while, but you can get it. There are a total of 13 energies in Tai Chi. All right? These are the first 4, and in this form, it's almost about 98%, those first 4 energies. All right? Okay, let's learn this move. Relax. Relax your body. Just relax. All right? Okay. 1. That seems like a very small move. Watch my wrists. Roll the danshin backward. It's a tiny little move. Down to the bottom of the foot. And now you're going to do the same move again, only it's going to be huge. Down to the bottom of the foot. And then push forward. And you're going to push forward right into the other guy's solar plexus. Boom. And you notice my fingers are relaxed. Right? But you can feel the energy coming down your arm. Only in that last second does it harden up. So, the very beginning of the first move is 2 reverse Li circles. 1, 2, and push out. Now, most people just sort of go past that first little circle, but we're not going to do that. We're going to do it formally. All right? You walk out into the auditorium. All right? There's thousands of people watching you. You salute. The salute is a right-handed fist, which means I can, covered by the left hand, which means I choose not to. All right? You salute. This is how you honor your audience or your teacher. your classmates. It's how you say hello. It's how you say goodbye. It's how you say everything, right? Is the salute. And relax and open. Just lift your right foot a little bit, circle it around. So now you're standing with your feet apart about as wide as your own shoulders. You don't want a little narrow, you don't want it too big, right? You just want it as if you're standing and talking to a friend. And a reversely circle all the way down to the bottom of the foot. And then a big reversely circle all the way down to the bottom of the foot, and then push off from the bottom of the feet forward. All right. Small circle, bottom of the foot. Big circle, bottom of the foot, and push forward. All right. That's the basic idea. Annie is standing. My wife Annie is standing to the side. She says hi to everybody. She's just coming off a cold, so she's not ready for prime time yet.
But almost.
But she says almost. Maybe tomorrow or Wednesday.
Yes, maybe tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow. Okay. That's a lot of talking, guys. The truth is, when you do Tai Chi, you don't do much talking. But the teaching and learning process is actually quite intense. Tai Chi is not easy to learn. And I am not going to boulderize it. I'm not going to simplify it. This is the real stuff. This is how I learned from Grandmaster Feng and Master Zhang and Master Chen, and I'm going to pass that along. Now we do this in a very simple in English and do it step by step. But this first form is a 24 movement form. And I can tell you that every move has about 12 moves locked in it. And you need to know the Shin Yi. You need to understand how the energy flow is happening. Just to learn the outer physical motion is not Tai Chi. That's like trying to learn art without any feeling, without any insides to it. What's important is the inside. So we'll go very, very slowly through this form. The first move will probably take 4 sessions to get through the first move, right? And after that, it'll go a little more quickly because you'll start to have some of the vocabulary and the basic concepts. The truth is, it's going to seem really difficult, just like learning Chinese is very difficult. But once you get the first 350 words, it actually starts to be pretty simple, because the basic principles are the same for every move, right? You always keep a strong inner core, right? You always move from the Dan-Shen. You always relax your body until, boom, the point that you want to exert some energy, if you want to exert some energy, right? Isn't that right, Jill? Jill says yes, so it's right, it's correct. Guys, that was fun. That was fun to do this first class. All right? If you all decide you want to continue with us, let Genevieve know, and she'll let me know, and we'll set this up. And if we have enough people to start a new Tai Chi class, if we have 3 or 4 people, we would start the Tai Chi class on Saturday and Sunday mornings. We'll do an hour of Qigong at 9 o'clock, and then we'll do Tai Chi at 10 o'clock. And those who are already in the Tai Chi class and have been doing this for a few years, we'll move them to 11 o'clock, right? Okay, guys, that was fun. Right? See you next time. Ciao.
Thank you.